Turn off your phone, close the door, put on headphones, get your notebooks out. We are going to write. Welcome back to the Virtual Writing Academy. Today we're going to look through the eyes of someone in a very tough scenario. The sort of situation that leaves us with no positive outcomes. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited to share this exercise with you, but for those of you joining in for the first time, this is the way class is going to work. I will give you a timed writing exercise. I will shut up, put on some music, and you will write. Once the time is up, you will stop writing, and I will start talking again. Simple as that. Once we're done with today's exercise, we will meet again and talk about our experiences. There's a little lesson hidden behind this exercise, but I will not tell you what it is until the end. Why? Because the best learning is done by doing. So, go grab your notebook or open up your writing software of choice. You can minimize the video if you want. I will tell you when to bring it back up. In the meantime, I will put on some music. Something fitting for a courtroom. Are you ready? Before we begin, though, I want to remind you all that if you want to use your own characters for this exercise, that's okay. Today's lesson is pretty open-ended, but if you feel like you need to modify the setting to fit whatever you're working on, then feel free to do so. As always, this exercise is not about the location or the characters, but about the situation. You can change the actors, you can change the stage, but you cannot change the play. Again, you have my permission to change the setting or to use your own characters. Whatever you need to get writing is fine by me. Now, let's take it from the top. The unfair trial. You will have 10 minutes to write from the point of view of a character facing trial for their crimes. The catch? This character is being given 10 minutes to explain to the world why they chose to murder thousands of people. Again, you will have 10 whole minutes to write from the point of view of a character facing trial for their crimes. They are being given exactly 10 minutes to explain to the world their motives and to justify killing thousands of people. How did they do this? Who did they hurt? How did they justify their actions? What were they trying to achieve? Did they do it all for themselves, for greed, or did they do it for a cause? Only you can answer these questions, dear writer. And remember, the only wrong way to tell this story is to not write at all. The time to write begins... Oh, just to make matters a little more fun, let me give you the first line. The story begins like this. I have no regrets. Now go. The clock is ticking. 60 seconds remaining. Alright, time's up, pencils down, fingers off the keyboard. If you minimized the video, please bring it back up. Let's take a deep breath. There are two subjects I can talk about for hours on end. Actually, it would be less like talking and more like yelling and screaming, because I feel really passionate about them. One of them is morality in fiction. I find that a lot of people disagree with me, and that's okay. But I want you to understand where I come from. I don't believe in villains. I don't write them because I don't consider them to be real people. Being the center of a story, the protagonist, does not guarantee that you're a good person. Just like being the opposing force in the story, the antagonist does not mean you're a bad person. There is no good and there is no evil. There are only people who want things. Ultimately, most people are willing to hurt others to achieve their goals. What is the point of all of this rambling? Well, people ask me how to write a compelling antagonist, and I have a super duper secret for doing just that. You want to know how to write a compelling antagonist? Flip the story around. If you retold the story from the point of view of the antagonist, would you be able to understand their motives? No, seriously. I'm not saying you have to like them or agree with them. All I am saying is that you should be able to understand them. Because otherwise, you're not writing a real person. You're writing a caricature. Some of you are shaking your heads, and that's okay. I understand that my opinion differs from most people. But consider what you wrote. Consider the last moments of a person who killed thousands of people for what they believed in. Really, is that not the story of every war hero in the history of the world? Morality is not a scale from good to bad. It's a window. What you see depends on what side you stand on. In life, our struggles are not between the forces of good and evil, but between people who want things. And ultimately, most people are willing to hurt others to achieve their goals. Remember that. On a less somber note, if you ever want to experience this exercise again, you know where to find it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you want more. If you have comments and would like to give me your feedback on what you thought of this exercise, leave it in the comments below. Also, if you want your daily dose of writing advice and prompts, head over to my blog. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.